Hey guys, this is Shan from shanweather.com, and today we are going to have a detailed hands-on review of Infinix Zero 2 smartphone. Here is our Infinix Zero 2, and since last few days we were posting lots of videos, lots of uh, benchmarking test, gaming review, the performance of the camera and all these things on our YouTube channel. And in this video we are going to compile all of these things and we are going to have a detailed review of the device. So let's start first of all with the design of our Infinix Zero 2. Here is our Infinix Zero 2. As you can see, on the front side we are having a 5-inch Super AMOLED screen which is having 720p HD resolution. Here is the 5 megapixel front facing camera. Here is a set of sensor. There is no branding of Infinix on the front side, as you can see, and there is no capacitive keys as well. The keys are provided on the screen, as you can see here. So the overall the space you get on the screen is basically reduced, so you don't get exactly 5-inch screen available for you to use. It's slightly reduced because of these on-screen keys, as you can see here. So on the right hand side we are having a volume rocker for the power on off key. Here is the volume rocker, and here is the slot for the memory card. At the bottom there are two speakers, as you can see. On the left hand side here is the SIM card slot. As you can see, here is the SIM card tray, and Infinix Zero 2 is having dual SIM capability. So inside this you will find two SIM card slots. At the top what we got here is a USB port and 3.5 mm audio jack. If you go on the back side, here is the back panel, which is non-removable. So you cannot remove the back panel, and you cannot have a look on the battery of the device. The back panel is made of Kevlar, which is an industrial grade material used in aeronautics and preparation of the bulletproof jacket, vests, and also this back panel is really very durable. It's pretty strong. Here is the 13 megapixel primary camera. Here is the flash, and the Infinix branding is here. And if you go at the bottom, you can see here is the branding Zero. And on the front hand side we are having the Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection on the screen as well. And unlike the Zero, on the back side there is no glass, it's just Kevlar here. And as you can see that the edges are so round, so smooth at the corners, at the edges. The only sharp place is here, and the overall weight of the device is very less, so it feels so lightweight in hand, and you can use it with one hand very easily. It's pretty good. If you watch our gaming performance review of this device, you will find that I was able to play the entire game just with just one hand. And if you have a look at the bottom of the front side, you will see that there is lots of empty space. Let me light it up so you will better get the idea. Here is an empty space which is pretty unique, because usually you will find the capacitive keys in this portion, but there is no capacitive keys. The keys are given on the screen, so this place is empty, which looks pretty bad, you can say, in terms of design. Also, another cons of this design of this device is that the speakers are given at the bottom, both of the speakers. So if you are playing a game, for example you are playing a racing game, you are going to hold the device like this, so chances are high that you will end up covering one of the speaker. In my case, whenever I'm playing a game, my hands are like this and I'm covering one speaker entirely. So this is you can say the defect of the design or whatever, but if you're not much into playing games and holding the device like this, it should not be a big issue for you. So let's have a look on the screen now. Our Infinix Zero 2 is having 720p HD 5-inch screen, which is having Super AMOLED quality technology is used. So the screen quality is really very nice. Let me bring it closer for you, and let me focus on it. So you can see that there is no pixelation of any kind, and the screen is really very nice. The performance of the screen is very nice, even it's so bright, and the sunlight readability is really very good. So you can see how bright it is, and also the viewing angles are pretty good. You can see that it's really very nice, the viewing angles here. But once again, the only drawback of the design of the screen of Infinix Zero 2 is that the navigation keys are given on the screen. So for example, if you're playing a game, or if you're doing anything like watching a video in which you are using the screen entirely, and you have to go back to the home screen or anything, so you will have to slide it up to get access to these capacitive keys. You can see here are the capacitive keys if you're playing a game which is on the full screen. So these navigation keys, they will disappear, they won't be there on the screen. And if you have to use the back key or the home key, then what we have to do while playing the game, you have to swipe up exactly the way people do in the Windows phone like Lumia 730 or a few of the other Lumia devices. So not many people will like it, but if you are okay with that, it's kind of good. And we have already talked about the screen of this device, so let's get inside and let's have a look what we got here. Our Infinix Zero 2 comes pre-installed with lots of application and games like Sport 7, BBM. We are having Danger Dash, Facebook, Google Drive, then Flash Share, and lots of Google application. As you can see, GT Racing 2, Maps, News and Weather, Palm Chat and Palm Play, like most of the Infinix devices. Then here is the power saving management tool. You can watch our video especially about the power saving management tool, that how you can use it to increase the battery performance of the device. Since we are talking about the battery performance of Infinix Zero 2 is really very nice. For the moderate users, let me clarify, if you are using the device heavily, then you will have to charge the Infinix Zero 2 every day, but with moderate users it survives even more than 3 days. Let me go to the settings and give you the start of my battery uses, because I'm using it all the time. And you can see that the device I'm using since last charge is 2 days 18 hours, and it's still 52% remaining. I used this device for making calls, taking some pictures, and the moderate uses, you can say I'm not using it for playing games or browsing the internet a lot. I'm just using few texting, sometimes a bit of browsing and Facebook. And also with moderate users, the battery performance will be really very nice. But if you are playing lots of games and browsing the internet a lot, streaming the videos, so you will have to charge the device every day. But you can use the power saving management tool. Once again, let me tell you, to increase the battery performance of Infinix Zero 2, you can watch our video for that. And let me tell you that Infinix Zero 2 is having 2 GHz octa-core processor, 2 GB of RAM, and the GPU used is pretty good as well. So we will go to the benchmarking application. We will have a look on the specs. We will have a look on the score it's achieved in our benchmarking test here. And here we go. And for some weird reason, it is not showing the score right now. But let me tell you that in our Antutu benchmarking test and our rest of the benchmarking test, the Antutu application achieved 34,300 score in this test. So you can watch our benchmarking test of this device. You can see the score. For some weird reason it is not appearing here. Let's go to the info tab and let's have a look on the specification of this device. It is having Android 4.4.2. It is having MediaTek processor, Mali 450 GPU, 720p HD screen, 13 megapixel camera, 2 GB of RAM, 16 GB internal memory, out of which 12.62 GB is available for the user. And while doing our unboxing of Infinix Zero 2, we have found that out of 2 GB, the user available memory is around 1.5 GB. That's pretty good, you can say. So let's go to the Basemark OS and let's see whether it's showing the result or not. So okay, here we go. So for the Basemark OS 2 benchmarking test, our Infinix Zero 2 achieved 606. So you can have a look on our previous benchmarking test of various devices to get the better idea that how good the Infinix Zero 2 will be in terms of performance while considering the benchmarking score. And you can also have a look on the gaming performance of the device to see how good it will be in real life scenario. Let me play Asphalt 8 here, which is one of the most resource hungry game, to give you an idea that how good or bad will be the gaming performance and the real life performance of our Infinix Zero 2. So here we go. You should be getting the idea that the sound quality of Infinix Zero 2 is really very nice. There are 2 speakers, they are loud and clear, and here we go. You can see that while playing this game, my hand is covering the speaker, so the sound is changing. Sometimes the sound is not coming at all. So this was the issue I was talking about in the very beginning while considering the design of the device, that this is one of the issue in Infinix Zero 2, that while playing the game, chances are high that you will end up putting your hand on the speaker. So you can see that the gaming performance of Infinix Zero 2 is really very nice. There is no lag, there is no frame drops of any kind. The sensors are working pretty well, and the touch screen sensitivity is really very nice as well here. And I'm enjoying playing this game. You can have a look on our detailed gaming review of this device to see that how good the performance of this device is while playing the high-end games. And you can see that the on-screen keys are not available while playing the game, and if you want to go back to the home screen, what you have to do, you have to swipe it up like this. The keys will appear, then you can go back to the home screen. So this is one of the issue which I have talked about in the very beginning. And let's go to the setting and let's have a look on the RAM. I was talking about a few minutes back that, as you can see, that I have installed lots of resource hungry games like Asphalt 8, and you can see here is the Temple Run and the Amazing Spider-Man, but still we are having 1.2 GB RAM free right now out of 2 GB. So if I close all the running applications Let's see how much RAM I'm gonna get. So you can see now the free RAM available is 1.3 GB out of 2 GB of RAM. Out of 2 GB of RAM, while we booted the device for the first time, around 1.5 GB RAM was available. You can see it's now 1.4 GB, it just changed. So the multitasking capability of this device is really very nice. You can play the high-end games, leave the games in the middle, and come back to do something like Facebooking, texting, taking a picture, and go back and start playing the game once again. You can see the very same thing in our gaming review of this device, that how good it performed while doing the multitasking and playing the games. And we have already talked about the battery. Now let's move to the camera. And Zero 2 is having the standard camera interface, as you can see, of Android. We have already made a detailed review of the camera application of our Infinix Zero 2 and check the performance of this device. Infinix Zero 2 is having 5 megapixel front facing camera and 13 megapixel primary camera. The primary camera is able to take 1080p full HD videos, but the primary camera, the front facing camera, which is 5 megapixel in capability, but still it's not able to take even 720p HD videos. So it's a pretty downside of this camera. The images come really very nice from the primary camera of Infinix Zero 2 and even from the front facing camera. The images are having very nice quality, lots of details and depth, as you can see here. So the lines appearing on the retail box of Infinix Zero 2 are so clear here. After taking the pictures, you can see that how much you can zoom and how much clarity you receive while using the camera of Infinix Zero 2. And you can have a look on our detailed camera review. Though the images coming out of camera of our Infinix Zero 2 are pretty good in terms of quality, we cannot say the same thing about the video. The video are pretty good in terms of quality, but it still lacks the detail. You can watch the videos which we have taken using this camera while the broad daylight and at the night as well. The low light imaging capability of Infinix Zero 2 is really very nice. So let me give you an example here. I have taken these pictures at very low light, but the quality of the image is really very nice. When I took these pictures, it was completely dark and still the images came pretty clear. You can also watch our video which we have taken in low light condition, and even that video shows a good quality video. Its capturing is really very nice, but as I said, the video lacks the detail of Infinix Zero 2, and then it is also having a good quality of very fast autofocus and fast processing of the image. You can see that how fast is the focusing of the device, and if you take a picture you can see how fast it processes it. So here it is. So this is a few of the good thing about the camera of Infinix Zero 2, but as I said, it lacks details in the video. Also, the front facing camera is not capable of taking even the 720p HD videos, and it is having less features than our Infinix Hot Note or Infinix Alpha 8. If you have used those two devices, you will find few extra features like frames and all in the camera application of the device, but those things are missing in our Infinix Zero 2, and the modes available are only normal, beauty, panorama mode, multi-angle view mode, live photo mode, and motion track mode. And there is HDR mode, which is available in the setting, which is kind of bad because you cannot access it directly uh, from this camera mode available. You have to go to the settings and then you have to select it manually like this. Here is the HDR option. So the camera performance is good, but still the user interface is not much user friendly, we can say this thing. And one good thing about this device is that it's so fast and fluid. As I've already told you that it is having 2 GHz octa-core processor and 2 GB of RAM. So because of that, the performance of this device is really very nice. It's so smooth, so fast, as you can see here. And it comes with Android 4.4.2, and the good news is that Infinix is going to provide the Android 5.0 or 5.1 Lollipop update really very soon to Infinix Zero 2. So you'll be having the latest version of Android very soon, and there are lots of nice features and functionality in Infinix Zero 2 which are hidden in the settings. We have to go to the settings to find them. For example, here are the gesture settings. We have already made a video about this, so you can have a look on that video to find that how you can use the gesture settings on your Infinix Zero 2 to quickly open any application when your phone is locked. And another hidden setting here is that to change the fonts, people are usually rooting their devices and after that they are able to change the fonts, but Infinix has provided this feature in the setting itself. You can go to the setting, you can go to the display, select the font manager, and you can change the font of your Infinix Zero 2 by selecting any of these options available. So these are a few of the good thing about Infinix Zero 2. If we talk about the downside and the cons, so the most important thing is that there is no LED notification, which is one of the big deal for lots of smartphone users, even for me, because not having an LED notification, it's like you have to open the turn on the device to check whether there is any notification message or anything. Plus, by default, the display of our Infinix Zero 2 is black. So this is good. It will save the battery of the device, but you can say that it's not so good because sometimes it's causing issues. If we are going to, for example, the email application, you can see that reading it is sometimes it's really very difficult. You can see that black background, white text. Sometimes the text is in blue color. For example, you can see how difficult it is to read this thing. So as you can see here, see the text font is blue and the background is black, so reading it is quite difficult. So these are the things hopefully which will be solved in the next OS version of our Infinix Zero 2. But overall performance of this device is really very nice, and it's one of the best devices available. And there are two versions of this device. One is having a 32-bit octa-core processor and another one is having 64-bit octa-core processor with 3 GB of RAM. And the 32-bit version of this Infinix Zero 2 is having 2 GB of RAM. So this is another thing you have to keep in mind while buying the device, that whether you are going to buy the 2 GB RAM version or the 3 GB RAM version. Also, the 3 GB RAM version is having a 64-bit octa-core processor, which will be a bit better than the 32-bit 2 GHz octa-core processor in terms of performance. So this is all about our Infinix Zero 2. It's a great device. It is having lots of nice things, features and functionality. It is having also a few negative points. As I have said, it is having the on-screen navigation key, which reduces the effective size of the screen. There is no LED notification. The 5 megapixel front-facing camera is not able to take 720p HD screen. The battery performance is good, but if you use it for playing games, using camera and all, or the brightness is high, it will drain very fast. Then the camera performance is really very good for the still images, but uh, if you are taking a 1080p full HD videos, even in that the details are less. The design of the device is really very nice. It looks so premium. It is having the Kevlar back panel, and the screen quality is brilliant. It's 720p HD Super AMOLED screen. So Infinix Zero 2 is mixed bag of surprises. You can see there are lots of pros which you will love. There are few cons which you will not like, but it totally depends on you. So depending on that, you can decide whether you want to buy this device or not. Overall, it's going to be a great device in terms of performance and the price segment it comes. So thanks for watching the video, friends, and do not forget to subscribe the channel for more videos, tips and tricks and hands-on reviews like this. Have a nice day.